There are some homeowners that wonder why their property taxes are so high and don't know what to do. And there are homeowners that protest their taxes because it's the right thing to do. Now let's talk about how to prepare a knockout tax protest presentation. The Bexar County Appraisal District has upped their game, using unfair price adjustments to justify raising property taxes. You need a good strategy to win your property tax protest. Protesting is like a game. First, you have to learn the rules of the game, and then you have to play it better than anyone else. Here's your Bexar County property tax protest for 2019. The Bexar Appraisal District sent out 533,000 appraisal notices and only got back 90,000 protest forms. That's about 16%. Hi, my name's Earls. I'm a real estate consultant. I got my first real estate license in 1988. I guess I have been helping home buyers and sellers for over 30 years now. When I started real estate, we had no computers, and today I cannot imagine life without one. My wife, myself, and our baby moved to San Antonio in 2005. I attended my first Bexar County property tax protest hearing 10 years ago. I remembered I was not prepared. I got really frustrated and I did not get a property tax reduction. The next 3 years, my wife protested by herself and was very successful. The following year, my wife let me come with her as long as I promised not to talk. Her strategy was brilliant. The tax appraiser presented his case, not knowing our home. Then my wife calmly presented our case, and I was very impressed. I started researching strategies to win after that. I just put this cartoon up there because I like it. But I want you to know I have strategies to win a property tax protest. Now, I am a believer that every battle is won before it is fought. It was mid-April, right after the IRS tax deadline, when I received my Bexar County appraisal letter indicating my 2019 property taxes were going up again. That is the 6th straight year my taxes have gone up. For 2019, it was a big raise that averaged 8.7% increase for all of Bexar County. I needed to get my hands on the evidence packet, but the appraisal district will not give you the evidence packet until you turn in the protest form. So I filled out the form immediately. On the protest form, I checked 2 boxes: incorrect appraised market value and value is unequal compared to other properties. Now, it is important to either write in or check a box if there is one for evidence requested, so you will get a copy of the evidence packet from the appraisal district. I recommend that every homeowner in Bexar County return the property appraisal notice of protest form immediately. Complete the form and return it to the Bexar County Property Appraisal District, even if you're not sure that you want to continue and go through with the protest hearing. Remember, you are not obligated to show up for the informal hearing, but you should really want to see the evidence packet, because you'll be surprised how the appraisal district really values your home. The evidence packet is the evidence that the appraisal district will use to justify raising your property taxes. You will find homes in your neighborhood that sold the previous year and all the proposed values for all your neighbors, so you really want to request a copy of the evidence packet and review it thoroughly and carefully. There is so much information to review from the evidence packet. You should complete your protest form, and you should drive your completed form directly to the Bexar County Appraisal District located at 311 North Frio Street, San Antonio, Texas 78283, instead of mailing back the form. Seriously, drive to the appraisal district and turn in your protest form and pick up your evidence packet. Yes, just walk inside the appraisal district office and turn in the protest form and immediately request your copy of the evidence packet, which will take about 15 minutes for them to type it up. And if you wait until after May 1st, you can't pick it up immediately. You're going to have to wait for your copy to be mailed back to you when they send you your hearing date. Now the deadline is May 15th to turn in your completed protest form to the Bear Appraisal District. I will detail my protest preparation after I get my evidence packet. But first, I want to talk about my 2019 informal hearing. I was prepared. I was a walk-in on the Monday before May 1st. My wife and I met with the appraiser and I got to talk. After all, I did all the preparation, the pictures, the contractor estimates, and the neighborhood spreadsheet. I handed the appraiser my personal evidence packet with my home pictures, the contractor estimates, and the neighborhood spreadsheet, and the appraiser was not prepared for my evidence. I documented every home in my subdivision, and I showed that the average tax increase in my subdivision for 2018 to 2019 was 4.91%. But my house went up and was increased to 8.52% between 2018 and 2019, and believe me, that is unequal value. The appraiser seemed unprepared for my evidence, and winning a good tax reduction was just a matter of minutes. Okay, let's back up a bit. The strategy that convinced the appraiser can only be achieved year after year when I have documented every house in my subdivision showing the tax value increase from 2018 to 2019. Yep, that's 294 houses and a lot of typing on an Excel spreadsheet. Plus, I had protested the prior year and won a tax value reduction. Of the 294 homes in my subdivision, the average increase in tax value from 2018 to 2019 was an average 4.91%. My home value increased from 2018 to 2019 to 8.52%. Seems like the appraisal district adjusted my tax value without considering my prior year tax value reduction, and they reverted to the original unprotested 2018 value without the reduction. I proved my home was in the same condition with pictures as the prior year. When I showed my home's tax value increased unequally compared to the rest of my neighborhood, I had a good case for a reduction. It pays to protest every year, and I'm getting reductions year after year. Now that you have the evidence packet, it's time to find out if your property value is fair. More than 90% of the homeowners that read the evidence packet will feel their tax value is too high. Starting with the sold homes in your neighborhood, review the evidence packet. Pay attention to homes that sold because they are the homes that the county appraiser will use to justify your new proposed tax value. Review the data in the evidence packet. I reviewed the details about my property to be sure the details were correct. I noticed there were 6 sold homes the appraiser chose to compare to my home. The first thing I noticed was the price adjustments. They were exaggerated. I have a corner lot, and every comp had a slightly smaller lot. But the price adjustment for a little extra land raised my tax value as much as $7,000. I began to realize how a real estate agent thinks very much like a county appraiser. When a real estate agent represents a home seller, an agent will tend to use comparable sold homes that sold for higher amounts, making the value appear higher. Whereas when an agent represents a home buyer, he chooses lower price sold comparables to make the buyer's offer more attractive. The appraisal district is a business with a goal of raising revenue for the county, not the people. They use the highest comparables. I feel some of the price adjustments were exaggerated to get more revenue. For example, most of my neighbors have covered patios. My covered patio has a screen mesh around it, so my patio is called an enclosure. My home value is $7,780 higher than my neighbors because of the screen mesh, per the appraisal district. Although I feel the price adjustments are unfair, I have a strategy to get even. Knowledge is power, and I have access to the MLS. I check every detail about the sold homes. If sold homes have improvements or upgrades that my home does not have, I want price adjustments in my favor. Common sense is that most home sellers fix up their homes before selling to get maximum profits. I read their remarks about their homes, like new roof, new wood flooring, granite countertops, new AC systems, new windows, remodeled bathrooms, remodeled kitchens. Some are features my home does not have. For the record, I get contractor estimates for adding a new roof, new wood flooring, granite countertops, a new AC system, new windows, remodeling for kitchen and bathroom to adjust my value. I also want credit when the seller pays $5,000 to the buyer's closing costs. I, like other real estate agents, have access to the important information in the MLS. Call your trusted real estate agent for MLS printouts of sold homes to compare. Comparing my neighbors for unequal value. I will check every detail about my neighbors' homes. First, I check to see if my neighbor's home has information in the MLS. The MLS has homes that were sold within the last 5 years, and I'm interested in improvements and upgrades that my home does not have. I want adjustments in my favor. I drive by my neighbor's homes and I take pictures. I look for a new roof, for new windows. Some are the features my homes do not have. For the record, I'll get contractor estimates for adding a new roof and adding new windows. I also check the appraiser's website at bcad.org for other improvements that my home does not have. I review every detail in the evidence packet about my neighbors' homes. Preparing for my protests. The next step I do to prepare for a tax protest is beyond what most homeowners are willing to do, but this process ensures my chances to get a reduction year after year. I create an Excel spreadsheet that looks very much like the evidence packet spreadsheet. Here are my column titles: address, sales price, sales date, square feet, market value for the prior year, 2018, market value for the current year, 2019, increase percentage, how much did it go up, and comments about these improvements that my neighbors have. My interest is knowing upgrades and how much homes in my neighborhood increased. I also create a spreadsheet for my neighborhood. I like knowing improvements and upgrades my neighbors have. Here are my columns for neighborhood comps: address, square foot, market value for 2018, market value for 2019, how much did they increase, and comments. Again, I'm interested in knowing how much my neighbors increased. Since I started inserting all 294 addresses into my annual Excel spreadsheet, I learned something you may not know. There are several homes near the same size as my home that are good comparables for my home that are not in my evidence packet. After some research, I figured out that when my neighbors are in the process of protesting their property taxes and have turned in their protest form, their addresses are left off my evidence packet. I like comparing my home with homeowners that are protesting their taxes. Their values are among the lowest and are very helpful to my cause. Of course, the prior year's value for 2018 was not in my evidence packet, so I had to go to the bcad.org website and add all the 2018 tax values onto my spreadsheet so I could calculate how much the taxes values went up. Now, this is the link that you use when you get property information. You want to do a property search for your neighbor's homes. So pay attention to the tax values and the improvements. Here's the guide for the property owner evidence. The following are suggestions that may be presented as evidence at the informal and the formal hearing. Take properties, pictures, and they say 10 pictures or less. I always have double or triple that. Photography of the subject property, pictures for the internal and external issues, pictures of adverse external factors, pictures for comparable sales. You want to ask your real estate agent if you want that information. Please know if your real estate agent is not available, you can probably find all the information you need online at realtor.com and Zillow.com, and I believe it's realtor.com, but I put realtors, I don't know why. Current third-party repair estimates for the damages. That's where you go and get your licensed contractor to give you estimates for damages or things that you need to upgrade for your home. Any engineering reports, if you want to pay an appraiser to check your home, if you've purchased a new home and you have money contracts, if you have termite reports or mold damage, then you want to deduct those costs. Blueprint, survey, if you want to contest the size of your property. You want to have comparable sales for all the sold properties, but that's where you talk to your realtor, and any other data that would support your reasons for protest. Many so-called tax protest experts suggest you turn in your tax protest after May 7th, but before May 15th. The idea is your appointment will be in late summer, July or August, and you'll have more time to prepare for the informal hearing. Plus, by then the appraisers are all worn out and easy to deal with. However, I disagree. If you wait after May 1st to turn in your protest form, it will be too late to get your evidence packet immediately. You'll have to wait and get the evidence packet mailed back to you when you get your informal hearing, and you might not have enough time to prepare for the hearing. The best time to go to the informal hearing is before May 1st. The last couple years I went to my informal hearing without an appointment, but I had proof that I had already turned in my protest form as a walk-in protester, and in the past 2 years the appraiser never seemed to be prepared for my evidence. After June, this is my opinion, the appraisers have been hearing so many cases and have gained so much experience that they will be tougher to convince. But the biggest reason to go early is I want July and August open for vacation time. I do not recommend doing your Bexar County tax protests online. Everybody I talk to has rejected the very minor offer they received when they e-file their protest. But I will say it's better to e-file your protest than not to protest at all. Remember, the e-file protest counts as your informal hearing, and if you reject their offer, you must go to the formal hearing to protest. Face-to-face protest will get you much higher reductions on your property taxes. You can use your licensed contractor estimates for up to 3 years, but thereafter get new contractor estimates. At your informal hearing, stay calm and let the county appraiser tell you why your home's value is justified. Then, after the appraiser has stopped talking, do your presentation. Remember, the appraiser does not know your home. Present pictures and contractor estimates, and if you have protested the prior year, prove using your spreadsheet that your home's value was raised higher than your neighborhood. It's not difficult to win a property tax reduction every year when you are prepared, so good luck. I have good news for buyers, sellers, and investors. Learn how to avoid costly mistakes. I have some unique private videos that I've created. They're on my website and you can see them for free. Just visit lesearls.com. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it's helpful. Good luck on your tax protest and have a wonderful day.